Running with the runners. 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 Running with the runners.
All right, welcome in. It's Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. You are running, you are winning with the runners. As always, I got my good brother here, Ricardo Hamilton, aka Mims, making it make sense, brother. It's one of those nights where we just got to put the shades on because the future is so bright.
Toast to the American-made blockchain. Toast to the runners. A little bit of Moet in the cup, had to celebrate. Oh, man, what a phenomenal time we're having right now with Texit, with the blockchain crypto space, mining crypto. Major events coming, a lot of exciting news and updates. So, folks, we got a phenomenal show for you guys. Plug in, lace up. Y'all know what time it is. You wonder what the runners. What's good, brother?
Well, we have a lot of big news to break tonight. But let's start off kind of how we always do, looking at the market. But there's two things we found out tonight, guys, that are massive on the Texit call. Now, we had over 2,000 people on it, so you guys probably heard if you were on there, but we're gonna go over anyways and give our thoughts and opinions on it.
Yep. So everybody should have got an email. If you're mining with us, you would have got an email to be on that Zoom tonight, which was phenomenal. But yeah, we're definitely gonna go over that in a little bit.
So gold did have a little bit of a pullback. We did hit 30 trillion market cap, I saw, but right now we're at $4,123. Silver at number 6 dropped under 50 at 48.20, 2.7 trillion, more than Amazon. Bitcoin still down a little bit at 108, 2.1 trillion. And we're going to talk about this rotation, capital rotation, and what might be happening. Yeah. But Mims, another, we're going to look at it too, but a lot of outages and shortages of metals. Real money is getting harder and harder to find.
Oh yeah, folks. I mean, anytime you see assets rise, like we've seen gold just continue to rise, and silver, obviously silver is breaking out the all-time highs. It's natural to have a pullback. It's natural to find a new support level, the new bottom, so to speak, the new support level for silver and these assets. So that's what they're looking for right now. But also, because of where the economy is, money is fluid, it's liquid, it's got to be moving around, the velocity of money type of thing, the movement of money and things of that nature. And so you're going to see where money moves into safe assets, safe vehicles, and it's going to move into, more risky assets and vehicles to, for greater exposure and profit and gain. But, one thing that's constant is that, we always have been preaching and talked about for years is saving your money in silver and gold, investing in blockchain and crypto, Bitcoin and digital assets, okay, and creating cash flow, because cash flow is king, having multiple streams of income. And I say all the time, if you're relying on one stream of income, you're a disaster waiting to happen. And this is why I get so excited about what we're doing with, mining crypto and the whole community, because literally you have that passive reward coming in every day. And, where the economy is right now and everything else with the inflation and furloughs, people need this. So, yeah, it's exciting to see assets come down. So I'm buying more silver. Okay. I'm buying more silver, and I'm definitely diversifying and getting more blockchain and crypto.
Yeah. And that's, of course, guys, that is the beauty of Texit is every day, we purchased a miner one time. Every day we're getting Texit coin sent to our own wallet, right? So it's the easiest way, I think, to get involved in the crypto and the dollar cost average because you just got to buy it once and then you get the token every single day. Now, I can't remember. I think we went live on Thursday. I don't know. It's all kind of a blur. But the point is, guys, Texit has now raised over $100 million. All right.
Fire.
So massive congrats. I think when we got on board, there was around 20 million. 20 million Mims
raised. Yeah. I mean, when we got in, there was about maybe 5,000 miners. So we're 40,000 now. I mean, we just got in at a great time. You know, everybody would love to be at the beginning, but let me tell you something, folks. We're just getting started. Okay. We are just getting started. This thing is not even what 20% of its completion. Okay, probably
Just 16.
just 16% of its
Yep.
completion, folks. Okay, we're just 16% there. All right. So, yeah, folks. I mean, over $100 million raised. That's huge in this short amount of time. That's huge, and we're going much higher. You know, so definitely exciting time to be in Texas. That's why we're celebrating for hitting that milestone. You know, one of America's number one blockchains, American blockchains, TXC blockchain, phenomenal.
And so, you know, the what we're going to cover tonight and what Bobby kind of talked about is, you know, this next 5 million that we're adding to liquidity, where are we going to store this value? You know, do we just want $5 million sitting in a bank account, or what would be, you know, the option here? Now we have right now, you know, they have USDC, they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, the gold bullion, XMR and XRP coming soon. Okay. So he goes into this liquidity strategy, and basically, you know, the big boost we had in Texit Coin, you know, last month was not because of Bobby or Texit providing liquidity. It was just from people entering the market, and you know, they're taking profit now. So Bobby has been supporting the, where'd it go here? We're in October, right? So Bobby's been supporting this price at 379 on the exchanges. So anything that went over 379, or actually 275 in September, that was just from the market of people, you know, getting excited, seeing what we were doing in Thailand and buying, because we weren't even supposed to go over 6 until December. And we went to let me pull this.
We hit 7.
Yeah, we hit 7, I think, shortly, but we definitely went over 6.
Yeah, definitely.
And now you can see that we're starting to pump up. And the reason why this is because the next nudge is about to come, right? And so Bobby kind of wanted, you know, and I love the transparency here too, Ricardo, is
amazing.
You know, Bobby presenting his ideas, you know, allowing the community to vote. And I think it was like a 93% of, you know, we're going to basically diversify into some real estate, right? So we have Bitcoin, we have some cash, we have some gold. They have lots of silver. I think they have so much of it that it's just a pain to kind of say we have it and prove it. But now we're diversifying, right, into real estate. And, you know, I don't really want to debate that at all. I guess my big thing is we are diversified. Bobby's being open and transparent. And basically what he's telling us is the next nudge or move or liquidity is coming in very soon. He's not going to tell us the date, but I mean, you know, I'm probably going to buy some more Texit Coin because we essentially know where it's going in November just from what Bobby and Texit's going to be doing, right? We know it's going to be going to 529 in November. So Mims, having known that, I guess make sense as to what people should probably do right now.
Well, you know, when you said the 529, it makes me think about the XRP community. They talk about 589 a lot, you know, 589 with the $100 per coin. But you know, it's exciting because obviously, yeah, we know what the value of this coin is. So anything over, you know, these prices is the market. And what Mike was showing you guys was essentially the liquidity to back the value of this coin. He's showing where the money is to help this ecosystem sustain itself, you know, and continue to flourish and grow. And so, yes, we have stable coins, we have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have gold, and now we're going to have real estate. Okay. All leveraged and there to support the value of this ecosystem, you know, and the coin. And that's exciting to see. You know, that's transparency. You know, right there, you can see the wallets that are holding the Bitcoin. You can see the wallets that are holding Ethereum. You know, you can see the USDC. All right. The transparency that, you know, Bobby shows us, he continues to deliver, you know, and that's what you want to see in a project. Right. And so that's why we get really excited, you know, celebrating over $100 million raise. Obviously, the next nudge, okay, of the TXC coin, as we head toward this path to $16 per coin. We have a path to $16 per coin. You know, we've been mining this coin since it's about 50 cents. got really excited and said we had to start, letting people know about it at $1. And here we are today at, over $4 and saw all-time high around 6 or 7. And we have a clear direction and path to 16. But 16 is just where it starts, really. It's just where it gets fun. Proof of concept is done at 16 because we got a path to $80. Okay. And then we just released some other stuff that we'll talk about. But folks, there's so much news, so much excitement. I mean, I think, Bobby had mentioned that we got other exchanges coming that he couldn't even talk about, that the deal is almost done. I mean, so folks, we have something real here. This is real blockchain. This is how it's supposed to be done. It's not somebody just press buttons on a computer and they create something of value. No, this is actual physical miners, proof of work, layer 1 blockchain. Okay. So this is a winner. We've been winning. We're gonna continue to win, and it's getting exciting. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Play that.
Yeah, I'll play that here in a minute. So again, guys, I believe this was in Southern California. We are now in LAX.
Nice.
You can see here the text is advertising. We had a
They're just giving away luxury cars.
Yeah, I don't want this to play music because it might get copyrighted, but
yeah,
I'll just show you the visuals here. Right, they gave away, I think, almost 30 luxury exotic cars this week. Right, which is absolutely amazing. We were not able to head down there, but heard it was a blast. And you guys can see here, all the wrapped cars, a Rolls Royce. They had a 911, a Lamborghini. Guys, we have fun. I mean, that's just there's no way around it. Is we're having fun. We're educating people on blockchain and cryptocurrency, and we're building an alternative currency.
Yeah, that was fire. They flew in and on a chopper, huh? I see you, Bobby.
So we have two. Before we pay the video of the mining equipment, we have 2 new listings coming. UZX official. Texacoin is coming to UZX soon. And then the other one was on Pionex. Pionex, and they have a United States site, will list TXC on October 24th, trading against USDT. And I believe Bobby said he thinks there's about 8 more exchanges coming.
Oh, wow.
I think that's what I heard on the call tonight. Yeah. So anytime you're expanding and growing into more markets and getting on more exchanges, that is a good thing. Definitely. Right? And when we brought this to you guys, we were really just on one exchange that was listed anyways.
Yeah.
And that was
Bitmart.
Yeah. And now we're on
Uniswap,
Mexi, Bitmart, DexTrade has been reported by Economy, Uniswap. And Bobby said tonight, again, they're fixing on this. Once that happens, guys, we are going to the second page of CoinMarketCap. Okay. So once that is fixed, this other new liquidity comes in. This is the time, guys. Like, we're literally telling you the rocket ship's about to take off and you might want to get in. We can see it's a lot easier to see on this wrap TXC, but you can see the price is starting to rebound. Okay. And kind of, that 379 is kind of where it held. Right. And now people in the community and other people outside are saying, all right, well, if this another $5 million of liquidity is coming in, right, we know we're coming back up to, was it 529?
Yeah, I think
529. Okay. So that's going to kind of be the new floor. So you're going to see us come up to 529. All right. So it's just a matter of time, guys. So you do with that what you will, but I'm definitely not selling Texacoin right now. I'll tell you that.
No. Yeah, definitely not selling. Definitely want more. Definitely want more miners. Because obviously the ability to own a miner and get paid, in Texacoin for over 100 years, is a very exciting, beautiful, and good thing. Okay. Especially when we know that there are paths to $80 and paths to this coin being hundreds of dollars, if not greater. But for some people, that's kind of hard to imagine and dream and see that big at this point. So we like to keep it simple and, start at the path of 16. We get to 16, we get to 80, then we can start talking about the hundreds and the thousands. But, definitely the vision, the mission, the community, the infrastructure, the value is here. It's here. Okay. So just one of the phenomenal dynamic ways of diversifying and getting great leverage and exposure into the blockchain and crypto space. And I tell people all the time, mining Bitcoin or mining crypto in general is better than buying Bitcoin or buying crypto in general. If you can buy something one time and every single day for the rest of your life get paid in a digital asset that you can spend, convert, accumulate, and it's rising in value over time, that's much better than trying to, work for dollars and buy Bitcoin or buy crypto every single day. So we're in a really special, unique space, especially with Texacoin, because there are only about 20 or 30 proof of work blockchains anyway.
Right.
So there's millions of other cryptocurrencies out there, right? But there's only 20 to 30 proof of work blockchains. Only 20 to 30. Texacoin is one of them. Okay, TXC blockchain is one of them. So next level.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Josh. Buying more TXC now.
Yeah, shout out to Josh, man. Congratulations to you all your success and
yeah,
to the family,
love seeing him win.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so this is an awesome video. We're getting a preview. So again, if you guys are new here, you don't need to know anything about cryptocurrency. You're not, mining yourself. And again, when we say mining, we're talking about supercomputers, right? The Texa is setting up, and when you buy a seat, we call it. We kind of use these terms interchangeably, right? A miner, a seat, or you could say 100 hash power. So you're getting a certain percentage of the daily tokens that are created, and there's a max of around 353 million. And so depending on how many seats you have, that determines how many tokens you get sent to your own wallet every day, right? You're in control. You can sell them, you can save them, you can spend them, you can do whatever you want. So this is a really cool update Mike Healy got to do when he was in Texas for this event.
Yeah, shout out Mike Healy too, man. Congratulations to you and the family on all your
Yes, crushing it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Healy here, and I wanted to see if this place is real. So I came down to the Lambo giveaway event down in Austin, and I happened to be staying overnight in Waxahachie, and then we drove up to Mansfield. And this is the newest Texacoin mining facility being installed. And these are just some of the stuff. This is the cooling unit, believe it or not, that this massive thing right here, like you can see how big it is. And I'm not super big myself, but pretty crazy. They've already got the ones that they've been testing or working. You got the ant miners over here. You got the fog hashing going on here. So everything's starting to be installed. And then over here, this is the one that they already put together, running all the tests on it, doing everything. This one right here. And you can kind of go up close to that right there. You can see it's liquid cooled, which is cool. And you can actually stick your hand in there and not get electrocuted, which is kind of crazy. And then I got my so
say hi.
My brother-in-law Ray, who was the first person I sent to, where did I send you to? McKinney? I sent him to McKinney to make sure this thing was real long time, 6 months ago. And then that's his wife Charmin. And then this is Daryl Wilson. Daryl's out of Europe by the Dallas area, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, he's got some miners too. And then Jay was the second person I ever got a phone call with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you were the second one. It was Terry and I got on the phone with Mitchell Tucker. And then you got on the phone with Terry, said he had somebody else talk to him. Jay's one of the original miners, got in, tested it, stuff like that. I'll probably do an interview with him. Number 20, you're the 20th guy in this thing? Oh my gosh. Get video footage. What are these things right here?
These are oil.
These are the oil that the stuff goes in? Okay. And Stace, get my wife Stacy's behind the camera, by the way. I'll show you a picture of her because she's hot. But way back there, we got all the other equipment and things like that. So all this stuff. Oh yeah, give it to Ray and let him give us an aerial photo of what we got going on. Oh, that's the juice, right? That's the juice, and it's
these two big machines
running. Okay, they're going to be someplace else. Okay, got it.
They had the square footage, so they put them in here.
Very cool. Very cool.
Stacy?
my wife Stacy.
She's
So
taller of the two.
she is. I'm married up physically. So all right, take that and we'll finish up here. We'll wrap it up. So anyhow, so you can kind of see the project's working. They've got multiple facilities now. Where are we at, Jay? Right now we're in
Mansfield.
we're in Mansfield. Victoria's the other one.
We're staying in Mansfield.
Mansfield right now. That's where we're at right now, testing it out. So nobody knows we're here. We kind of snuck in. Had to go through security. They cuffed me up, hooked against the wall, frisked me, stuff like that. Undisclosed location is where we're at, to be honest. So, but yeah, it looks like it's a real project going on, and we just topped, as the time of me making this video, company just topped $100 million in sales and miners sold. So pretty huge. So I want to check this out.
Woo!
Massive. I mean, you know, there's always going to be haters out there, Mims, but it's kind of funny, you know, when people want to doubt this, and you know, you can just see, man, this is as real as legit as it can get.
Oh, they're all coming. They're coming. It's just a matter of time. It's just when do they come?
Right.
You know, that's all that is. You know, we got people who, you know, they peeping through the blinds, you know, they behind the tree, they looking, you know, they see what's going on, they see what we're doing. And you know, a lot of them have already come around, and trust me, a lot more are coming, especially as they continue to see these nudges, as we like to call them, in the price of the coin. You know what I'm saying, in the ecosystem. And you know, I mean, we got people who, you know, who started a couple of months ago and they've earned over $50,000, you know, in this. I mean, this is literally changing and saving people's, you know, financial lives right now, being able to pay off credit card bills and buy houses and, you know, all type of things during a very rough and uncertain time in the economy. You know, so it's very exciting, you know, to be in the know and be in position to actually be winning and prospering during these times when a lot of people, you know, don't have a way. And you know, for us to know a way and share a way and help people win is just awesome. So I mean, yeah, folks, we just getting started.
Yeah, and Daryl brings up a great point here. Is, you know, there's still, you know, everyone doubted Bitcoin even 5 years ago. You
Yeah.
know, almost all the major institutions. Even today, there's still people, right? And it's like, you know, some people are just going to be, you know, stuck on stupid. There's nothing you can really do to help them. So couple current events here we want you guys to keep in mind. Now, keep in mind, Mims, right? Texas is having all this growth. Well, the crypto markets are kind of just sideways. You know, there's really not that much excitement. I mean, there is, but people aren't paying attention. Now, Bitcoin lags behind the M2 liquidity and gold. So M2 has already shot up. Gold is already shot up. What do you think is going to happen next, guys? Like, it's just an inevitability.
Yeah, I like that. That's huge. I look at it, you know, and I see that. I think of a spring. You know, right now, because of the dynamics and the market and the economy, you know, the spring is compressing right now. And what we're gonna see is that blow off top, that spring is gonna unload, and we're gonna see, you know, these digital assets take off the same way we've seen physical assets like gold and silver.
And now this is crazy. We had talked about this a little bit. Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller says cryptocurrency is woven into the fabric of the payment and financial system.
What an admission. That admission by the Federal Reserve is such a relief for those of us who have been saying this for years. Trying to, you know, I tell people, I've told you, you think you have a choice when it comes to blockchain and crypto. You look at it like it's this fad or speculative investment or opportunity. No, the financial system, the global economy is moving to blockchain and crypto. The sooner you get in, the better for you. You're either going to be benefiting from the blockchain or the blockchain going to be benefiting from you. You know, the system we're in now is most people are being used by the present system as opposed to them using the system for their benefit. And we have the opportunity to use the blockchain for our benefit because we're in the know and we're in DeFi and we're in early, as opposed to, you know, people who, you know, are going to be used by the new financial system that these major institutions, agencies, and governments put together. But yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
let's see what he said. I've been waiting to listen to this.
Yeah,
Here we go.
let's do it.
This is an acknowledgement that distributed ledgers and crypto assets are no longer on the fringes, but are increasingly woven into the fabric of the payment and financial system. Now, before we hear from these innovators, I would like to touch on roles that the Federal Reserve plays to support the private sector. These include serving as a convener to solve coordination problems and operating core payment and settlement infrastructure. We are also looking ahead, conducting hands-on research on tokenization, using smart contracts, and the intersection of AI and payments for use in our own payment systems. We do this to understand the innovation happening within the payment system, as well as to evaluate whether these technologies could provide opportunities to upgrade our own payment infrastructures and to enable us to have deeper conversations with the industry on these new technologies. This is an acknowledgement that distributed.
I'd never thought I'd live to see the day, Mims. Never thought this would happen.
Listen, I need to do a whole live stream on that. That little video is so powerful. It's so powerful because one thing we talk about, what they didn't want to acknowledge, they say, what does that say? What they say? You can't beat them. Well, first they laugh at you, then they fight you, and all that, and then they join you type of scenario, right? But here we have the acknowledgement. That is critical. The acknowledgement, and then what he said, that this is no longer a fringe. You see, this space was speculative. It was fringe. You know, all this and that and the third. And now you're saying, oh no, it's not fringe. It's actually being legitimized. But not just on a governmental level, but now on an agency level as well, because the Federal Reserve is an agency, private bank cartel anyway. It's not federal, it's not part of government. Okay. But now we're seeing on a government level, on an agency level, they're acknowledging. So now the intelligent thing to do is, in which we are in the know and we have significant positions in these blockchains and digital assets. But what blockchains are tied to FedNow? You know, what blockchains are BSL compliant? You know, what players, what blockchains, what are going to facilitate, you know, that transition and help be a part of that. And so that's why we get excited when we start teaching and we're talking about, obviously we talk about XRP and we talk about XPR and the Metal blockchain being only BSL compliant and what they're doing with loan protocol. And we talk about ZBEC, you know, and all these other projects that this is literally what the SHX, okay, Stronghold. You know, there's certain projects, this is available information. And what makes it different from, you know, the time, you know, back in the days, as I like to put it, you had to be an accredited investor. You know, you didn't have access to this knowledge and information, really. It was insider stuff. Now it's so open. It's so available. Everybody has access, you know. And so now we know that this type of liquidity and movement is getting ready to happen on chain. They're acknowledging it. Everything is going on a blockchain. So a lot of people right now that are in this space, you know, that have been running with us and that are in blockchain and crypto and a lot of these ISO projects and different digital assets, you're already really financially free. You really just don't realize it. It's just a matter of time. You're so far ahead of the masses in the future of the economy that you're just waiting for time to catch up. Okay. But no, if you keep getting educated, you keep following the right people, you keep acquiring the right assets, okay, you're going to experience time, location, and financial freedom. Okay. The new system is going to benefit you, unlike the old system.
So, I mean, just a couple of really cool things here, guys, is, you know, if, you know, gold has had a massive run up, if just 2% of capital rotates from gold to Bitcoin, we got Bitcoin at 161,000. If 5% goes, we're looking at Bitcoin doubling to basically $250,000. So again, we don't need, you know, I'm not saying everyone's going to go and sell their gold at all. But again, if just 5% of that market cap goes into Bitcoin, this is what happens. PayPal has enabled peer-to-peer Ethereum transfers, right? So again, another massive giant coming in. Actually, this is a good video too. I wanted us to watch this one. Let me pull this one up. So Bloomberg analysts expect gold flows to rotate into Bitcoin, which is why the other thing that I showed you, you know, I think this is going to happen as well.
Yeah.
As of mid-October 2025, gold has surged past $4,200 per ounce, marking a new all-time high and generating an approximate 60% gain year to date. Bitcoin, meanwhile, recently hit approximately $126,000 before a brief pullback, building on its earlier 2025 peaks above $100,000. These simultaneous records aren't coincidental. They reflect a unified investor response to macroeconomic headwinds, with the two assets increasingly moving in sync and correlations now at 0.85, nearing the historical peak. With Bitcoin and gold both rallying into uncharted territory, it could be signaling a warning about eroding trust in traditional systems. A few areas of concern are fiat displacement and inflation, geopolitical and policy uncertainty, and capital rotation with institutional shifts. Central banks are hoarding physical gold at record rates, not for profit, but as insurance against US dollar dominance and sanctions. Bitcoin fits as a private reserve counterparty. October volatility, fueled by US government shutdown risk, escalating global tensions, and the Fed easing into potential stagflation, has contributed to Bitcoin and gold finding a bid. Gold outperformance versus Bitcoin has overweighted portfolios, priming a rebalance. Analysts expect flows to rotate into Bitcoin for its higher beta. Gold's strength hints at a hard asset awakening, while Bitcoin continues its maturation from speculative vehicle to legitimate store of value.
Well, looks like they all agree with us now, Mims.
Man, I mean, today we could find so much supporting documents, videos, evidence, confirmations that we're in the right place ahead of time. And that's where you need to be. Your mindset needs to be focused on the future. Get out of the present and definitely get out of the past. Okay. Focus on where the world is going and get there first. Okay. Focus on where the money's going and get there first. Focus on the value. Okay. Whatever your situation is that you're dealing with right now, understand that it is a temporary situation. In fact, the situation that you're in right now, you've probably been in it before. You've probably been in the situation that you're in right now. The difference that's going to change where you are right now versus where you are tomorrow and the future is what you do with your dollars right now. Okay. What information you're consuming, who you're following, and most importantly, the assets that you acquire, and then keeping them safe. Okay. So this is all we've been saying for years. You know, congratulations to everybody who's been running us and saving in silver and gold. Everybody's been winning. We haven't led nobody astray the whole time. Silver and gold, all-time highs. Congratulations to you and your family. Congratulations to those who've been learning from us in our schools and our platforms and us sharing about getting into DeFi, you know, getting into trading and getting into acquiring ISO coins and projects and things of this nature. We've been leading people in the right direction the whole time, Mike. You know, and I'm telling you, you know, the beautiful thing about this live streams and stuff that we've been doing, we're literally just documenting the collapse of this debt-based fiat monetary system, but also documenting the evolution of humanity during one of the most significant time periods ever in history. So what an exciting time, brother. Exciting time, man.
Yeah, here's another one. This is just crazy. How people aren't more excited and accepting of blockchain and crypto still kind of blows my mind. This is JD Vance, Vice President of the United States of America.
The consistent fear that I hear is that there's still this perception that digital assets are not welcome in the mainstream economy. And let me promise you that our effort to change the policy is purely about changing that. We want our fellow Americans to know that crypto and digital assets, and particularly Bitcoin, are part of the mainstream economy and are here to stay.
What else can you say? What else can you say?
No, what else do you want?
What more do you want from them?
I don't know. Sounds like a scam to me.
Oh my gosh, man! You know there are people who are out there talking about some no kings. There are people who are going to be out there protesting. There are people who are out there complaining, and literally they're trying to tell you, look. For one thing, this is an administration that has come into what has been left over from the corruption of decades of corruption and mismanagement and, you know, degradation of the Constitution, everything else. Like, here we are. You got two people. You got people who are complaining and expecting somebody to save them and do for themselves. And then you got the people who are doing for self and realizing that the opportunity to actually change your whole life and for generations to come is present at this moment, and you have an administration that's telling you that, and then you have the Federal Reserve now acknowledging this is not going anywhere. You know, we're in the right place ahead of time. Now, unlike the .com era, you know, we know you could have known .com and this and that, but you weren't gonna get on an IPO. You know, you weren't gonna get in at that time. You was exit liquidity. This is the difference, folks. I mean, even right now, he got Supra on the screen, and you're gonna talk about it. But we're in projects right now that are penny HBAR. I mean, this Dovo. There's so much stuff going on right now. It's just an exciting time to be diversified in the digital assets. But this is why I want people to really understand. I'm gonna go ahead and let you play this, but this is why I want people to understand. I'm gonna say it, and I said it before. It's much better to mine cryptocurrency than buy cryptocurrency. See, every single day, if you wanted, you can sell the cryptocurrency that you've been mining and buy all these other digital assets. And then after you bought them, the next day, you're still going to receive the cryptocurrency that you've been mining. So for 6 months, you've been mining Texacoin, and you're like, oh shoot, I want to go buy some XRP or whatever it is. You can sell all of your Texacoin that you've been mining for 6 months. Go buy XRP, and guess what? The next day, you're going to continue to receive Texacoin. And guess what Texacoin is going to continue to do? Being more valuable. Okay? So mining crypto, much better than buying crypto, but trust and believe, we're well diversified and getting into crypto. But Mike, let's talk about this you got up. You know, I get excited about this one.
So I made a post last week on my Facebook, and I just said, I now have 1 million of this coin. What do you think it is? And nobody guessed it.
You should have put on that post that the answer will be revealed.
Yeah,
the next Runners Live show.
on the Runners Live. So
yeah, facts.
those of you that are here, again, not financial advice. Do your own research, okay? But you know, Ricardo and I have looked at Supra a lot. I really like it. You know, it's you know, anything can happen here. But you know, when I look at Supra, and you know, I wanted to get 1 million of them.
Nice.
$37 million market cap, guys. I mean, this token is under a 2/10 of a penny, and it has hit over 5 cents.
It was about 7 cents one time too, I think.
Yeah. So again, but this is, guys, like, oh, I just realized I'm not sharing the screen. You know, when
you are. Oh, the other screen. No, you're not.
The other screen. When you know, you have these altcoins, right? Something that's not Bitcoin. There's cycles, right? And when things are not at all-time highs, right, is when you want to buy them. So I've researched Supra. I believe in them. I like using their blockchain. And when I see something like this, that gets me excited. I say, that's when I want to buy.
Right.
You know, not.
It's a reverse psychology. You don't want to
yes.
buy when green. You want to buy red and sell green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, I knew what Supra was, but I didn't want to buy here. So obviously, you would have lost tons of value, right? Yeah. But now when you're down here, this is where you want to find good projects and get a sizable position in it.
And,
Andre must have got it. I didn't see the post. Congrats, Andre.
The
Supra post that I did on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did it. Oh, okay. Andre knew. Hey, shout out to Andre and the fam, you know what I'm saying, and the community. Their brother is out there changing lives. In Jersey. Shout out to Andre. I appreciate you, brother, and congratulations to you and your family and all the success. Now, listen, brother, pull up. Now, I want you to pull up while I talk about Supra for a little bit. Pull up Solana, okay? Now, when I look at this, Supra, it's like Solana, Chainlink, and Sui had a baby. That's what you got with Supra, okay? Supra massively undervalued, but it's going to be one of the top blockchains out there, what they're doing. When you do the research, Supra is just huge. But I wanted to pull up Solana because pull up Solana and you can go to where Solana was pennies, dollars at one point in time. You know, and nobody really understood. Nobody knew. I think you bought Solana to my attention at what, like $10 or what was it around that time, Mike?
Yeah, it was in the single digits. I think
it was in the single digits.
Yeah, it was in 2021.
Yeah.
We got some of it here, I believe.
Yeah.
It really took off.
So you know, we know about these blockchains early, and so when you're looking at Supra, and you know, obviously Solana's at $186. And you know, Supra is under a penny, you know, under the penny right now. And obviously Solana and other projects have started out at pennies and dollars as well. And so that's why we get excited about Super. I got millions of Super coin. You know, I'll probably buy some more, okay, because we understand the technology and you know, the value, and then, you know, the time in buying. But Super is huge. They're Oracle, they're layer one. They have so much value in AutoFi. They're doing some next level stuff in blockchain and crypto. But yeah, 1,000,000 coins in Super. It's like $2,000 right now. Definitely a good deal.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
No, don't take much.
All right, where was I? Oh yeah, X. All right, let me put this the X. I think I just have one or two other things I wanted to share.
Yeah.
There we go. The only one thing going down in price is eggs. So congratulations. Down 86%. That was one of the big things
Oh yeah.
Trump wanted to do in his presidency.
Yeah, they would love to complain about Trump and his policies and say that eggs are up, but they can't say that because the price of eggs are down.
Also, Walmart will now accept Bitcoin and crypto via OnePay. I've never heard of OnePay.
Yeah.
But apparently you're going to be able to use Ethereum, Bitcoin to pay for goods and services at Walmart. California passes law to allow state government to custody Bitcoin and crypto. Fourth largest economy in the world can now hold Bitcoin. We already did that one. Charles Schwab to offer spot Bitcoin and crypto trading in 2026. They manage 10 trillion. That one's more just about inflation. 8 trillion. Morgan Stanley can now recommend Bitcoin to all wealth management clients. Paul Atkins, chair of the SEC, said crypto's time has come.
So you got the SEC saying that crypto's time has come. You got the Federal Reserve saying they're integrating the financial system, blockchain and crypto ain't going nowhere. You got JD Vance and the Trump administration acknowledging that blockchain and crypto is not going anywhere. It's critical to the future of the financial system. I don't know what else to tell people. I don't know. I don't know what else I can do, what I can say. You know, this is the thing about the times that we're in. For those who have ears to hear, eyes to see. You know, it's not for everybody. At this point, at this stage in the scenario and what we're dealing with all this information that's coming out, if you're not in the blockchain and crypto, you might not be destined for the promised land. I don't know what to tell you. You just, you know, I don't know what to say, because you can't have people's lives and even ourselves. Like, you know, we've been doing a Runners Live show and we're doing this and we're doing that. But, you know, we weren't always in this position. You know, you was a school teacher. I was doing deliveries, essentially, independent contractor. And here we are traveling all over the world, to Africa, we're traveling to Asia, we're traveling to Europe, we're traveling to South America. You know, it's all because of this space. You know, it's all because of this information. You have to do something different. You know, you can't continue to do the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And the exciting thing is that the rocket ship hasn't took off yet. Okay. The rocket ship is still waiting for you to come on board, get educated, get these assets and plug in. So, you know, just it's an exciting and marvelous time to be alive.
I will give you guys a heads up here. Somebody just sold about $3,300 of Texit on Uniswap. So that market alone is down to $4. The other ones are all at $4.21. So if you do have any wrap Texit or any assets on Ethereum and you want to scoop up some
Texit coin,
yeah,
that's good. Hey, you know, they sold, and this is the thing about, we need sellers for one thing. Bobby was on the live stream tonight saying, "Hey, look, we need more people selling." Quite frankly, you know, and the other thing is like the person might have sold because you don't. Man, I got my guy is one of the best personal trainers in the DMV area, and 3 of his clients have left him because they got furloughed by the government. You see what I'm saying? Because they're in the government, so they got furloughed, so they don't have the income that they had, and so that's affecting. It's a ripple effect that affects the whole economy in different ways, and you might not even realize it, and it's touching home. And you know, so people need to sell assets to maintain their standard of living, you know, during these uncertain times, especially those who rely on jobs. So, you know, it's the beautiful thing about taking your dollars and acquiring assets. You know, there have been times where I had no income coming in. We didn't have any money, and I had to sell gold. You know, I had my silver. You know, I had cryptocurrency. I had about 125,000 DAG. You know, and we had a little DAG node, and I had to sell I had to sell my DAG. But the thing is that I had it, and it carried me over until the point where I was making more money, and right now I can go buy those 125,000 DAG. But we might need to do that, by the way. But
Yeah.
yeah, for real, get that node back on there. But I mean, you know, this is the thing, folks. This is why we talk about, you know, saving your money in silver and gold, you know, investing in blockchain and crypto, diversifying, because you never know what's going to come down the pike, whether it's a medical emergency or, you know, vehicle, home emergency, or whatever it is. You want to have those assets to liquidate. So obviously, whoever sold on Uniswap, they probably needed the money. Okay. And it was there for them. And that's the exciting thing about Texas Coin. The money's going to be there for you if you need to sell. And Bobby Gray showed that to us tonight and every night.
No, 100%. So guys, again, 2 new exchanges. Texas is on. 5 million more liquidity is going to be added soon to nudge the price up. To 529 will be the new floor in November. So you have been warned. Texas is on the rise. We gave away almost 30 super, you know, exotic cars last week. We're going to, I believe, Switzerland in January. We're going to be in Miami, November 4th through the 8th at the blockchain conference marketing Texas. And then we also have the boxing event. That is, let me go over that really quick.
Yeah.
TexasWeekend.com.
Yep. So I'll be
Has
in
everything that you
Miami.
guys need to know. If you need to know more, let me know.
Yep, Miami and Tampa. I'll be in Tampa, and we'll be in Miami and in Tampa. So, well, I'll be there in Tampa, and yeah, folks, we just getting started, man. Look, get in with us. We're going to Switzerland in what, January, Mike?
Yeah.
Mm.
So again, if you're near the Miami area or you're traveling in, go to TexasWeekend.com to get all the details. You can buy the boxing tickets there. We're doing a mixer on Thursday that's free. You just need to register here. And then there's horse racing Saturday, but a lot of people are going to the event in Tampa on that Saturday.
Mhm.
So again, guys, so much going on. We keep winning. You know, even though the crypto markets this week were kind of just chopping, you know, kind of holding their own. Keep stacking assets, guys. Lace up. We are wealthy.
Yeah, look, like this out, share this out, folks. Like this out, share this out, so people can get this information, because you know, they need it. They need it. We winning. We're not going to stop winning.
Yeah. If you watch this and you are not in Texas, reach out to the person who shared this with you, or get with Ricardo and I, whoever you're following and watching. It just doesn't make sense, guys. Like, there's no reason for everyone to not be in this winning as we help create this alternative currency and bring back liberty and freedom, you know, and take back the power from the middlemen.
Don DeMarco, facts.
Hey.